This is an area in the Middle East called the Fertile Crescent. It is also known as the cradle of civilization. The Fertile Crescent is named after its quarter-moon shape as it stretches from the Persian Gulf through Iraq and Syria, and finally spreading through the Nile Valley of Egypt. This region gave rise to Middle Eastern civilizations more than 8,000 years ago. Plant and animal domestication, irrigation, and new tools launched an agricultural revolution. Roaming hunter-gatherers were transformed into a socially complex, permanent society. But today, is there still a Fertile Crescent? Has it been affected by global warming? First, let's talk about weather, climate, and climate change. The terms are important. Atmosphere refers to the envelope of gases that surrounds the Earth. Weather means the conditions of the atmosphere in a particular region: heat, dryness, wind, sunshine, for instance, rain, sleet, even a snow day. Climate is the weather of a particular area over a long period of time. For example, Boston is cold and snowy in the winter, Honolulu is warm and humid. Climate change is a substantial change in the Earth's climate that lasts for an extended period of time. Global warming is climate change that causes an increase in the average temperature in the atmosphere. Scientists have discovered that humans are causing at least part of this warming, probably a major part. Let us take a look at a famous chart of temperatures from 1,000 years ago to the present. Look at it and see why it is called the hockey stick chart. Data was taken from all sorts of records: diaries, church records, agricultural records, etc., and later, scientific readings right up to the present. The records show that the Earth, our home, is getting warmer. What about the climate in the Fertile Crescent, home to Mesopotamia? What about these conditions led to the beginnings of human civilization? What made this area so fertile? Each winter, the winds around the Mediterranean Sea shift and blow onshore. The water collects and fills the rivers and streams. Seasonal rains fall on a land that produces grains such as wheat and barley. This is rain-fed agriculture. These conditions launched the world's first empire, Akkad. Founded some 4,300 years ago between the Tigris and the Euphrates, Mesopotamia. Its vast influence extended into Syria and Iran. They were wealthy. They were violent. Sargon I was the king, as was his grandson, Naram-Sin. Then, about a century after it was founded, the empire collapsed. Scholars believed it was because of politics. However, Yale archaeologist Dr. Harvey Weiss had another proposition. He was excavating in northern Syria, Tel Lelian, an ancient settlement, with his team. He found intriguing evidence when digging deeper to reach the settlement. It was lifeless soil and no evidence of farming or man. Weiss concluded that this highly developed civilization collapsed abruptly because of a long, devastating 300-year drought. The area itself became a desert. This is a text titled "The Curse of Akkad" from that time. For the first time since cities were built and founded, the great agricultural tracts produced no grain, the inundated tracts produced no fish, the irrigated orchards produced neither syrup nor wine, and the gathered clouds did not rain. Was this poetry, or a short history of the area, or was it a prediction? Fast forward, it is winter of 2005-2006. Area winds shift, but it does not rain. For Syria, it is the start of a 5-year-long drought that plagued its agriculturally rich lands in the north, the most devastating drought in Syria's modern history. The latest drought was the driest period on record, and the winter of 2007-2008 the driest winter. But this only tells a part of the story. In fact, historical records indicate that the frequency of drought in Syria is increasing. 3 of the 4 most severe droughts have occurred within the last 25 years, and it is only getting hotter. Since 1900, the average temperature in the region was warmed by 2 degrees Fahrenheit. Hotter temperatures dry out the soil. Climate changed thousands of years ago because of weather patterns. Scientific data shows us the recent change is man-made. Using this data, we want to know, is the Fertile Crescent still fertile? And what does it mean to the population of that area, to the world, and most importantly, to mankind?